your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Mohr Stories podcast with Will Sasso, star of George and Mandy's First Marriage.
Hey.
How's your foot, buddy?
Oh, it's good. Cheers. Thanks for rescheduling. I had to have my foot operated on. It was disgusting for a while. It's disgusting now, but in a different way.
How disgusting how?
Well, I had 3 toes hammer. Now, what happens is the tendon splits in the top here, and then hours later. So the scab, so then the doctor literally cut my knuckles out, straightened them, put pins in them. Now they look like baby mice.
Buddy, I need that. Look at this.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I got the guy.
Put it on camera.
Got the guy.
Now we're getting a whole different audience. Oy.
Oh, man.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
I had surgery.
It's like they're trying to leave.
Yeah. What was China in the 13th century like? Hey, everybody.
They bound my... Yeah. I had a bunion surgery when I was 12, and you're not supposed to cut into a foot that's still growing. So that's a foot that's been operated on.
Oh, geez.
Jesus, right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Could you... I want to hear Jesse Ventura explain to me the different ways to skin a cat.
Well, there's many different ways to skin a cat, Jay. You'd know that. You're somebody that prefers cats over dogs. We don't have a lot in common.
No, that's not true, Jesse.
Plenty of the other things we don't have in common would be you probably, back in your SNL days or when you were doing stand-up as a young fella, you probably didn't find time to run a 90-pound jackhammer.
No, you did that?
Working for the city. Yes, I did.
You worked for the city, Jesse the Body?
Before I was in the SEALs.
Did you get the name?
How long can you hold your breath underwater, Jay?
Pretty long, actually, Jess.
Now, I know gasping for airtime is a different holding your breath altogether.
I like to swim underwater the length of the pool and back, test my lungs.
Pussy.
Why?
Well, because you also have to do something. When I was in BUDS, ballistic underwater seal demolition seals. You would joke and attest to this. You'd be underground, under the water, working
underground. Sometimes.
Well, there's water underground, isn't there? Why don't you tell me?
Why did
Let me see your hands. No, this side. Yeah, there's no scabs there at all.
That's a working man hand. What are you talking about?
You've got you've got your 10-pound dumbbells. I'm talking about
10 pounds?
Flappers.
My dick's like 8 pounds, most. Have you ever done that impression for Jesse the Body?
No, I don't know anybody. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, because of my good pal, Chris Van Vliet.
How's that go from a notary? Yes.
I forgot.
Yeah, of course.
Pal of mine interviews a bunch of wrestlers and stuff, has a great show, Insight with Chris Van Vliet, and is sort of the Joe Rogan of wrestling podcasters, and had Jesse on and then called me, so
was
for
Jesse
7 seconds.
aware of your impression?
I mean, he's like barely aware. Like,
I live off the grid.
Yeah.
I like when he goes in, it was off the grid in Mexico.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of great to be off the grid.
I'm a good 2 hours from pavement, he says. Something like that.
Joe Prano is here. Joe got married not too long ago.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Cheers.
To a real hot piece of ass.
Oh, yeah,
the three of us. Look at the three of us, guys.
Hey, look at us, guys.
Look at us.
Hey, we landed on our feet.
So,
like a cat.
Yeah.
Like a cat that's been skinned. Sure. So unlike Joe and I, you went a different route. You eloped.
Mm-hmm.
Was that because...
Kind of.
What? Oh.
Well, yeah, I guess I eloped. We went to the courthouse and got it done. That was it.
You know what you reminded me when you said, no, I never did it for Jesse the Body Ventura, but then you went, oh, yeah, I have. You know Tim Oliphant, the actor?
Yes.
So he told me the story. His wife, Lexi's a school teacher. She's from Brazil. Beautiful woman. He goes, you want to go to a Yankee game in Manhattan? And she's like, all right. He's like, you ever been? She goes, no. He's like, you've never been to an American baseball game? She goes, no. So the whole ride up there, they take the subway, they switch at 125th Street, they go, you've never been to a baseball game? She's like, no, I'm from Brazil. What do I? 5th inning. She goes, I have been to a baseball.
Fifth inning.
Fifth inning, she hits his knee.
It all
You know
came
what?
back to her.
You know what? I have been to a baseball. Like, what happened?
She got a hot dog. She was like, oh
Oh,
poor
now I
memory.
remember.
Like the whole stuff, the stadium, the people, the diamond, nothing.
That can only mean that you so don't give a shit enough that you're like, I did this. I don't
She
fucking
was
care.
cool. Tim was cool too. He handed out flyers for the Boston Comedy Club. He was a barker.
Really?
Him and Neil Brennan.
Really?
I think Timmy was before Neil Brennan. Yeah. Did you do stand up or are you just like a sketch
No.
guy?
Yeah, just sketch stuff.
What were you doing when MADtv comes on your radar?
Acting. I was acting in things and kind of dicking around with my own comedy stuff. And then
Dicking around.
Dicking around.
And then
8-pound dicking around.
and
10 pound
then
dumbbells. What is it? Shoulder day for me?
I don't know. It was the second season of MADtv, like half the cast left, and then they were looking for people. But the casting,
Hold on there.
yes,
That's very interesting to me that they do one season and did they leave voluntarily or did Fox go, this is a great idea, but these people stink?
it was after season 2. They like fired some people, and some people didn't stick around and kind of on their own decided to leave or had different deals and stuff. And the show was always kind of a day away from being canceled for Tales from the Crypt reruns or something.
It was an astonishingly shoestring budget.
Yeah.
Shoe
Did
budget.
you ever go on there? Did they ever have you guest?
Yeah, I went
or
on
host?
with Bobby Lee was there. I guess you were not there, but
Yeah.
they had me do Chris Penn as the coach of the Raiders at halftime.
That's hilarious.
I don't care how mad you guys are. Get out there and put some pants on somebody. It looks like Sam's hot car lot out there. The man you just tackled did.
And then I did some.
Stop pointing a gun at my dad,
Larry.
What the hell for? That lump of shit is LAPD. Go. I don't know what you think you know, but you're wrong. He's a good kid. He's shot in the gut. It's my fault he's shot in the gut. He's a cop and he's a piece of shit. Joe, put that gun down or you die next.
That's so funny.
Larry.
That thing, I need to watch the movie again now because of that. Could you say guts again? As
He's
Chris?
shot in the gut. It's my fault. He's shot in the gut. He's a good kid.
Larry, stop pointing that gun at my dad.
My dad.
The man you just shot did 5 years in a federal penitentiary. He could have said my daddy's name and walked, but he didn't. He did his time like a fucking man. Now you're going to tell me that guy's going to decide out of the fucking blue to rip us off? Why don't you tell me what really happened?
What the hell for? God damn.
You want to hear my horrible Harvey Keitel?
Yes.
Okay, this is Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction. Ready? It sounds nothing like Harvey Keitel. No matter how much I work on it, I've done it for friends. They're like, stop doing that. Year after year, I don't know. It's been almost a decade that I've been trying to do this. Ready? You must be Jimmy. You must what? You must be Jimmy. You must be Jimmy. See?
You must be Jimmy.
There it is. There it is.
Understand we have a dead body in the car? Your wife is a nurse. She comes home, finds a dead body. She'd be none too pleased. Let's not start sucking each other's dicks just yet, gentlemen. Please, pretty please, with fucking sugar on top. Clean the fucking car. I could do Keitel all day.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So there goes that question. What's an impression you just can't get? For me, it's Nick
so
Cage.
many. Nicolas Cage?
Nick Cage is about 60% there.
See, my Nicolas
But I'm
Cage,
really doing an impression of other guys doing Nick Cage.
yeah, which is how you gotta. My only Nick Cage is this. The 7 pools are here.
That's good. What movie's that from?
I think that's.
You're like, no, he said that at my house.
Yeah,
I was having a Diddy party.
yeah, Diddy party at the house. You got to wear white. See, it crumbles as soon as I don't say, the 7 pools are here, because you want to have an S word.
What movie is that from?
I think that's Honeymoon in Vegas.
Well, that's the thing with every impression, Joe. You don't do any impressions, do
Not
you?
really.
Except for a happily married man.
Yeah. Little Bill Walton.
Oh, that's good.
Let me hear it.
Throw it down. Jay, it's great having you here in the Mohr Stories studios. There's plants, there's walls, the sun's shining in beautiful Los Angeles. This is like the Maui Invitational, except not as sunny.
That is easily the finest rebound of Michael Olowokandi career.
We've got the Oregon State Beavers and the Oregon
It was the
Ducks.
first half of like the 10th game.
Yeah.
And he goes, that is easily the finest rebound of Michael Olowokandi's career. It was like his rookie year.
I remember one time he had a call where he was calling the game with Magic, and Isaiah. It was when Magic retired suddenly, and before he came back, and then he goes,
Why? Why did he retire?
"Oh, I don't remember." And he goes, "There's Isaiah. Why don't we?" It sounds like
They are similar.
Jesse.
yeah. But I remember the call word for it. There's your pal Isaiah. Why don't you go kiss him on the mouth?
That's phenomenal. So when Magic retired because of HIV, I was doing stand-up, 1990, I guess. Yeah. I'm doing stand-up, and I'm on my way to Charlotte to do a college. I'm at Newark Airport, so already, not the best travel arrangements. And because I was new in the business, I told everybody at the gate, I'm on my way to do a show. I'm a professional stand-up comedian. I'm on my way to do a show. Like, the idea of telling travelers what you do for a living and why you're going somewhere because you're in show business is so fucking blech. And I remember somebody called me about the Magic news. It was on CNN when I went to the restroom in the airport. I come back and I go, did you guys hear Magic Johnson's got to retire because he has AIDS? And this businessman goes, is this one of your jokes for your show?
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my Magic's retiring because he has AIDS.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I'm going to tell it.
What do you think of this hot new bit?
Hot new bit. So what was the diagnosis on the foot? Hammer toes?
Yeah, these hammer toes.
Why did you
went
cancel
like this.
an hour before the podcast was
I
going?
didn't know that I was doing it that day.
First of all, lower your voice.
I'm sorry. And then
Lower your
all of a
voice. There's no children here. Lower your tone.
sudden, you must be Jimmy.
You must be Jimmy.
And then they're like, hey, are you all good heading there? And I was like, what?
You're all racked out on Vicodin at
Yeah.
home.
I'm like, no, I had my damn foot surgery.
It's just good to see you. So
Sorry.
what's the actual diagnosis?
Hammer toes.
Oh.
But then I had the operation. They literally cut the knuckles out. And so now they're just kind of straight. They're a little purple.
Do they bend okay?
No, they'll just do this if you really try.
'Cause I can't bend my toes on that foot.
Yeah, you don't need that shit. Feet,
No.
I would imagine that feet
Walking, jumping.
they just need to. How about this?
Guess who's never worn flip-flops a day in his life?
Really?
How the fuck am I going to put flip-flops on with that thing?
That's a good point. But now they got some nice looking slippers.
I
and
can wear
slides.
shower shoes, slides, yeah.
Yeah. Those will half hide some ugly feet.
All right, well, final question.
Mm-hmm.
You were in Clown in a Cornfield.
Sure.
What's that about?
Well, you'll be shocked to know. Yeah, it's about some clowns. There's a clown in a cornfield, and then there's another clown in a cornfield. There ends up being some clowns in a cornfield. It's
Are
a
you one of the
horror movie.
clowns, or are you like the dad that rallies people in the town?
Well, I'm the sheriff who's an asshole.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Look, yeah,
And
Joe,
then-
he's the best.
Oh yeah, you.
No, Joe, he's the best. I'm saying.
And then
I'm yelling to Joe that you're the best.
Okay. And then and then
All
some
right, I
shit
called you Joe by
happens.
mistake. Shut
Yeah,
up.
no, that's fine. And then some shit happens with clowns, and it's a horror movie. I can't give it away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch America's Got Talent, even though you're Canadian?
No, I watch Canada's Got Talent. Yeah. No, I watch some America's Got Talent now and
Did
again.
you see the scary clown magician act?
No.
Did you
That
see
sounds
them?
like
Yeah.
fun.
It's one of the best acts I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah, this guy comes out. He doesn't talk. He's a spooky clown. And he's got 4 balloons in his mouth, like helium balloons. And he rolls up his sleeve. He walks out to the judge's table, says, pick a balloon and yank it hard. So first person picks one, yanks it out of his mouth. And then there's 5 balloons total. So yank, 4. And then he takes out the final balloon. It's got a treble fishhook on it. So like if they picked the wrong. And then they're all just sitting there holding their balloons like, And then he goes, boom. And all the balloons pop.
That's terrifying.
And then when they're all reacting, a second clown pops up behind Simon Cowell and everybody clowns get popping up out of nowhere.
That's the thing about clowns, and that's, I guess, the theme of the movie is there's always more than one. Anyway,
Like Mexicans. There's always more than you think.
Well, I'll tell you, I've got a wonderful crew down there, and a lot of those guys, speaking of cement work, if you ever need something done, I've got Hector.
What is the Canadian how long are you're still a Canadian citizen? You're born there.
I'm both. Yeah, I'm American and Canadian.
There's no like ice in Canada, right?
No.
Because people don't like fight. But
There's a lot of ice in Canada.
all right, Joe, that's enough. But when you go to Canada, so many immigrants. You go to Vancouver.
Mhm.
You can go to New Delhi, Toronto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Indians in Toronto.
Brampton, Toronto is
Crazy
Yeah.
Indians.
well. We understand that immigrants are a good thing. My parents are immigrants. I'm an immigrant. I came to America. Look at me.
Talk to me about Antonio Sasso.
Oh
That
man.
beautiful man.
Oh, Antonio
Who
Sasso.
looks like Bruno Sammartino in the
My-
red bathing suit.
my old-
He's a man. What a fucking. I'm not even joking.
you.
His dad.
You saw that
he's
picture?
a kid hugging his dad. His dad's in a red, like old timey bathing suit.
Yeah.
What a fucking cock on this guy. I'm gonna pull it up. You might be faster at it than me,
Do you
Will.
want me to look at? Oh yeah, I got it.
His dad has some fucking heat. It is impressive. How far back is this post?
That
Will didn't get the hammer
that
cock,
was.
just the
Oh, that's
hammer
5
toes.
years ago.
Oh, I'll never find it.
Let me see if I have it ready.
I just.
Or I'll start scrolling while we talk.
Oh, there's you as a clown. What is the hell is this going on?
What's that?
Dude Z Pod, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Crow, cosplay.
Oh yeah, that's my old podcast that we just stopped doing.
Speaking of old podcasts, you, our friend Brian Callen.
Yeah.
I could teach you what leaves to eat, bro. And Chris D'Elia had the 9-minute podcast.
10-minute podcast.
The 10-minute
close.
podcast. And when you have a podcast, Joe, back in the day, before all this tomfoolery with videos and clips, you open up your computer and you check the podcast rankings, like who's the charts.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys were fucking always top 10.
Really? Back in the
Always.
day on like
Always.
Apple and shit.
It was like Rogan, Marin, Comedy Bang Bang, something you never heard, like How Things Work, and then Mohr Stories was up there, and then not top 10, but it was up there, and then 10-minute pod, and then I think it was Kevin Smith said, no, because you always finish the episode, and that counts in the algorithm, but they complete it, the 10-minute podcast.
Oh, that makes sense.
So like on Netflix, they want to see how many people watched it, but how many people finished it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How far you get through.
Yeah.
Well, the problem though with a 10-minute podcast is what we learned is that there's no way to monetize it. We made like, $800, in the 6.5 years that I did it. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine you, Chris, and Brian only speaking for 10 minutes.
Well, that's kind of was the fun thing about it. You
Especially
get together.
Brian.
Sure. Yes. A lot of it was about getting him to shut the fuck up and not talk over us. But yeah, we'd get together once every literally 3-4 weeks and just record a bunch of them. And so it was just a fun, frantic, manic. Let's do one about this. Let's do one about that. Just record. Don't even just record. And it was a lot of fun. But what I hear back now, which is kind of cool from people who checked it out, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm still looking for this.
I'll
picture
look
of my
up
dad.
Antonio Sasso.
Kyle should look it up.
That
God forbid Kyle does some work.
that they would that people now listen to it like they're like, oh yeah, I do a road trip or my commute and I listen to a bunch
10 of them.
Yeah, so so that's good for the algo. Kevin Smith is correct there as we're all looking to.
Yeah, I'm going to give it up. I'll let you do it and I'll cover with Joe. So my sons and I, he's standing up and he's hugging his son awkwardly. It's a beautiful photo.
Oh, this is after my
He
dad
was a
passed.
man's man.
He sure
Antonio
was.
Sasso was an Italian immigrant. Comes
There he
over
is.
to the Canada.
That one?
Wow.
Look
there
at
you
the
go.
fucking, that thing should be underground. It's so big.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a-
That.
It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
root.
Yeah.
It's a tuber.
I'm holding a pencil. It's an oddly it's like kind of a double phallic.
Let me see young William
Spoil
Sasso.
young-
You're a cutie
Look at
pie.
that fat little boy. Just, I'll tell you a story about my old man. Yeah. My parents immigrated from Italy in 1966. And my brother and sister were a toddler and an infant. And then 10 years later, I came out. And, so my
Are
mom
they
and dad.
still that way?
Did
they grow?
Did
Are
they
they
come
still-
out? No.
are they still
Yeah, they're still
toddler?
a toddler and an infant. And so my mom and dad, both from Napoli, and blah blah blah. Very very old school, very old world.
Hold on. Take your time.
No, some people don't want to. People don't want to hear all these
you know,
stories.
He's used to doing 10-minute podcasts. Let's go.
Yeah, lots of great memories, but this one kind of sums up my old man. I was thinking about this not too long ago, that we would go to the beach because we grew up outside of Vancouver, in the burbs, and there were all these great beaches and places like, you know, Tawasin and White Rock, and this tide would go way out in those parts because of the
Subtide.
subtides.
Yep.
Subtides, you get the rip tides, subtides.
Bro, I can teach you about peptides, bro.
Oh yeah, peptides, the Tide Pods.
And so the tide would go out, and you'd have these nice pools of water. And you'd have to walk on the sand a while, and he would go. We had the whole family. There were aunts and uncles that came from Italy, and he goes, "I'm gonna go for a swim." Right? He would just sit there in the sun.
Yeah.
Man, a few words. My mom was the one who was, you know, her side of the family, singing, dancing, laughing, joking, and he would just sit there, very stoic guy, and he'd go,
I'm gonna go for a swim.
and he would get up, and I'd watch my dad, you know, my hero and that whole thing, and he would just walk towards the water and walk and get deeper and then start swimming, and I would just stand there on the shore and watch him get smaller and smaller and pass the buoys and then disappear. And an hour later, I'd be, you know, making a sandcastle, and you'd see him start to come back. And he come when he says, "I'm going for a swim," he'd just get and walk past me, all, you know, sweat and salt water. Come on, "Hey, William," and pat me on the head and watch him go by. And Mom would clock him, and she would just, you know, stuff a panini with mortadella or whatever, right? And then he would just put his foot up on a fucking log and, you know, eat the fucking
He's a
thing.
man. Did he
with
smoke?
his pubes coming out. Yeah, he did.
That's a crazy swim for anybody, let alone a smoker.
He's
Because I'm a buoy swimmer. I was formerly.
really.
Yeah, I had a panic attack last summer on the way back, and
No.
I won't go back.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
It's
that.
a lot of water.
That's a lot of water.
It's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant swim on the best day. You just do it to come back and feel like a man.
Sure.
But your dad was a man. He did it for enjoyment.
He was a
I'm gonna
he
go
was
for
a
a
gnarly.
swim.
I'm gonna go for a swim.
Bippity boppity, bippity boppity.
He was a finish the nail with the heel of his hand kind of guy. He smoked from. I know this for a fact. He smoked from the age of 15 to 40. So, but he's still. Then he's like jogging, and he was always lifting weights, and
Toupee?
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Toupee?
Did he have a toupee?
No, he had what we call Bobo Island, because he had like the one tuft of hair, like
That's
right
a good
here.
way to go bald.
It was great. He had like the Jack hair, but his shit was just like up. He didn't give a fuck. He had the bozo shit on the side, and I got just bald. But he had the one island, which is fucking great. And
Yeah.
you just slick it back, you know, come out of the water.
What did he
with
do
slick-
for a living?
He was a waiter and a maitre d'. He was all over, you know, he worked all over Europe before they came out. And then, he was a little older than 30 when they came out.
Fresh pepper?
Fresh pepper. Thank you, Pepper Boy. I can't think about that without going,
A fresh
thank
pepper.
you, Pepper Boy. That was the fucking greatest, like, what was that? I can't even, like, that's fucking,
Chaos.
come on.
He's
He's got to say 7 words, and he fucking eats the fucking walls up.
Thank you, Pepper Boy.
That was the perfect amount of pepper. And then still
Yeah,
leaning in,
'cause
and Adam
the
Sandler's
game-
laughing his ass off.
Hey,
shut up!
why are you screaming at me? So we did, and I want to circle back to you getting MADtv because we just more digressions, as Doug Benson called it once. The motivational speaker sketch
Sure.
was supposed to be David Spade. It was all in Spanish. Like, children, I've sent to the United States for a motivational. Michael McKean was a Mexican
Really?
landowner, and the whole sketch is in Spanish for Farley but Spade would be at like model parties in Manhattan, and he would call in because he was supposed to come back and rehearse. He'd be like, "Just put Jay in it."
Really?
So I got into like a bunch of great sketches because
Oh,
Spade
that's awesome.
was like hitting on chicks.
That's amazing.
And so I'll never forget. I'm wearing like a Farrah Fawcett t-shirt, and I got this black wig, and it's me, Moena Banks, and Michael McKean's our dad. He's like, "Children, I'm at my wit's end with you. I've called the United States for a motivational speaker. He's been in the basement eating cocoa leaves for 3 hours." And he comes up and he's like, "Gracias, Padre." And he goes, "Senor Foley, both my children and I speak excellent English." He goes, "Padre, don me por favor, enferme ton gran yapper. Shut your flan hole."
Flan hole.
So I go, Senor Foley, where'd you learn your Spanish? Taco Bell? And he goes, well, es el muy cómico. Es el Paul Rodriguez, no? It's Paul Rodriguez. Paul Rodriguez. And he wouldn't stop until it became like really uncomfortable. And he would rub your head like you touch a little kid's head, like your dad, like, hello, William. But he would do it to make your wig come off.
Oh, that's awesome.
So your wig's sliding off of your head.
Yeah.
And you don't know whether to adjust it or not. It's live TV. And he knew when the camera was only on you. And he would say, young fella. And he would cross his eyes.
Jeez.
Like his awareness of the cameras
That's awesome.
was supernatural. He knew when the camera wasn't on him. And he would cross his eyes and go, how about you? Oh, you want to be a matador?
Jeez. I remember
And he's
watching
just trying to break you.
Yeah, and then in between dress and air, you go into Lauren's office and you review what gets cut, what's still in, and little notes with lighting and this. And Jay, Lauren would say, if we could not laugh, that would be terrific. And I'm like, bro, my fucking wig is on my ear. Jeez. How about you, young fella?
We got Bill Shakespeare over here.
Paul Rodriguez? Paul Rodriguez?
Is that Paul Rodriguez?
Just muy cómico.
Jesus Christ.
Greatest cast member of all time.
I can't imagine.
Look at the joy in this room.
I know, just
20
talking
years after the fact.
buddy of mine who, was like in there was what was it called? Chicago comedy scene. Anyway, friend of mine
I've heard of Chicago.
He goes, but a good friend of mine, Tommy Blacha, is a very funny guy, writer.
The Chicago Blotches.
From the Chicago Blotches, the butchers and the bakers. We were talking about that exactly. Like, well, it's like he's the funniest person ever. And he goes, I don't care if Chris Farley never made it into show business. Like for some reason, just didn't go to Second City that night or whatever that was. There would be a conversation somewhere happening where it's like, oh yeah, the funniest person ever, like this actor, that comedian, la la la, and someone would go, no, I know this guy, and just like a trail of fucking stories that he would have left in his wake, just as a human being, he would have been, I believe, sort of, written about, even if he was never in show business.
Yeah, but funny. I also feel there's certain talents that no matter what they do, they could not be denied. I've said it many times. If Tom Cruise pumped gas in Minot, North Dakota, he'd still wind up in movies. You can't deny that radiance.
If he hadn't have...
Cindy Crawford ain't gonna work a fucking Lemaire counter in the mall.
Well
like
said.
Somebody's...
Yeah, if he hadn't have gone or whatever those circumstances were...
What do I gotta do to get you in this car today?
What was it like him and Pat Finn, the great Pat Finn, actor, funny guy, who were like college roommates, and I think they both auditioned. I don't know. You would know better than me. At any rate, if that had never happened, no, you're right. Because isn't the story, again, I don't know. I've only know what I've, read about and stuff, that he went to the audition, the Saturday Night Live audition, and it was just kind of like over. It was like, yeah, 100%. Because like he was in Second City for a relatively brief amount of time, or at least that's what I
don't know any of this.
Saw on some fucking
But I love
podcast.
hearing about it.
Yeah, that you're right. That it's like he just showed up, and it's like, we'll figure it out. This is the funniest fucking dude.
Me and Dave Attell shared an office, and we're getting nothing done. It's 2 a.m, and just Farley walks in, and we're way at one end of the building. It's the whole floor of 30 Rock, and Farley just comes in at 2 a.m. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we said it the same. How weird is this? We both say these words together like creepy twins. We'll pay you $100 to take a shit out the window. Like that's crazy. We said that at the same time. Farley goes, "Give me the money first." So we give him $100. He lifts up this window, and he stands. It's the 17th floor. He stands on the window ledge. The window is on the back of his neck. The only thing out, it's his body's outside.
But literally, his neck is holding. Like he could.
He could fall to his death.
No, but I'm saying he's not gonna, because just the neck strength is like.
It was dicey, and we were laughing like we were on mushrooms because we were on mushrooms.
Okay.
And then finally, it was obvious right away that Chris did not have to shit at all. He's but our money's in his pocket. He's purple from effort, veins snot bubble, and it's Farley. So he's doing the yeah. And then after like 3 minutes, which doesn't seem like a long time, but when somebody's on a window ledge on the 17th floor, this little nugget falls out of his butt into the window onto my desk. And I go, you got to give me my money back. That's not out the window.
Oh, God.
And he's like, really? And he didn't have anything to wipe his butt with.
Yeah.
So he wiped his butt with his hands and then proceeded to chase David Tell and I around 30 Rock going with shit hands like a zombie. And he walked real slow. Like he committed to like an Abbott and Costello Frankenstein. And I'll never forget. David Tell and I are David Tell smokes 5 packs a day. He's this little nerdy guy. And you know, he's just, I'm like 2 years removed from wrestling competitively. We are even in this hallway, but there's a bookshelf against the wall, so it's only single file is going to make it. So we're trying to outrun each other to get first because we don't want to get, Frankenstein dog shit hand. People shit. So my right shoulder hits the bookshelf. It comes out. My shoulder comes out.
No.
I land on my back. I have the wind knocked out of me. I open my eyes and Farley's above me going, and I go, you asshole, I broke my shoulder. He goes, really? Oh. And he was like, he was really concerned for me. And I got up and I just ran home.
Oh, jeez.
I just ran outside trying to.
With a separated shoulder.
It was bad. Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
I've never told that story on this before.
Really? Oh, that's fucking. I see. That's the thing of like people that like me who just like revere the man. Like,
Give me my thank you, Pepperboy again.
Thank you, Pepper Boy. That was the perfect amount of pepper. Oh, jeez.
Are you Jimmy?
Are you Jimmy?
I understand your name is Jimmy. You got a dead body in the car. Your wife come home, find a dead body in your car. She'd be none too pleased. So MADtv, how do you get the MADtv audition?
So they started recasting some people after the second season, and then the casting office that did it had seen me on a bunch of sitcom stuff, and I was acting and things, and then I got called in, and I didn't, and I
What
read
was your audition?
I read some of their material. I did some of my own stuff. Like they were like, do monologues and like have characters and shit. So I had a couple things.
What characters did you do?
I did a Bob Newhart one-sided phone call of, you remember when, remember the Jenny Jones show?
Yeah.
And so there would be like some like domestic abuse thing. And then they would say at the end of the show, if you or someone you know is dealing with domestic abuse, please call this number. So it was a guy calling in about domestic abuse, but he was the abuser, right?
Always.
So he's the husband.
Domestic abuse is always funny.
Hilarious right away. And it was the 90s. And so he's telling the segment producer about how he's been hitting his wife and shit and throwing her down the stairs.
And he wants to be on. What he wants to be
he
on the
wants
show?
to be on the show. He's like setting it up, but he's very matter of fact about what he did. And then
It
and
was
then
a
like
different
some
time.
foreign character, like this foreign guy kind of, which we ended up using on the show. We did this thing where Aries Spears had a character that was
God
like,
damn, Aries is funny.
oh, so fucking funny. My God, he's so fucking, he's too fucking funny. But Aries and he had an African character, and then I had this like Eastern European, but sort of Italian and Greek guy. And so it was, the sketch became Talking American with Rui Peranio and Mr. Dakyai. But I didn't know that that they wanted me to do impressions in the first audition. And they were like, what impressions you got? And look, I was fortunate enough to be acting from a younger age and shit. So I had impressions, but they weren't, like I wasn't doing stand-up and stuff. So I didn't do impressions in any sort of organized way. So I did some impressions.
You want to catch your breath for a minute? Fuck it.
I did take a big old breath there.
I'm gonna go for a swim.
Let me tell you about it. I'm gonna go for a swim.
Jesus, are you okay?
It'll be fine. It's the foot. It's my foot.
Pepper
Jay.
Boy wore you out.
Yeah. I haven't breathed since I did Pepper Boy. I want you to know that. Now I need to fucking take a breath. And it was right from, that's a perfect amount of pepper. So MADtv, I was there. Ari Spears, man, he's funny. He's a fucking funny guy. Rui Peranio, Mr. That guy. And the thing was, I didn't know I was supposed to do impressions. So then I make,
You look like a bass on the deck of my boat. just trying to get it along. I'm like, I think Will's having a heart attack.
here's the thing about impressions.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So I did some impressions. Actually, you know what I did? I did a Chris Farley impression.
Really?
Because I had just worked with Chris Farley on the movie Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah.
So I was like so fucking blown away to be there. And, you know, it's you know,
he's the most beautiful man I ever met in my life.
just the most incredible. And always he was sweet to everybody. Yeah. So sweet. Had a different thing with everyone in the crew. I remember there was a guy in the crew named Chris, and he would just call him Chelios, because Chris Chelios from the Chicago, like, hey, Chelios, hey, Chelios. So I was just telling stories about him, and that was one of the impressions.
No, I thought you're breaking up.
You bet.
I went to this energy healer guy. We talked about it with Josh Wolf. And he's like, okay, your mom's in here. You got to let her go. And I'm like, all right. So I let her go. And then he goes, and Chris Farley's in here. Like, I didn't tell you guys this. He goes, Chris Farley's in here. I'm like, And he must have sensed my, like, that doesn't make sense. He goes, these are just archetypes. It doesn't mean it's... He goes, you got to tell Chris it's time for you to go. And I go, Chris, it's time for you to go. And then I just start laughing because I just picture Chris going, all righty. See you later.
See you later, Jay.
Well, what... Debra Wilson,
I want to believe that Chris Farley has been like reincarnated 5 times already as like the happiest fucking dog.
I was gonna say it's got to be somebody's dog.
Yeah, just the happiest motherfucker, just constantly cracking up some kids and shit.
Debra Wilson, I worked with. You worked with her on MADtv. I always really liked her.
She's amazing,
but I think she could kill me in my sleep. Is she crazy? Like, is she gonna take down the government?
She's 100%. She's way the fuck out there, but it is what it is. She is truly who she is. So kind, but the most intense person in the world.
It's weird. It's just the dichotomy of being that intense and doing comedy for a living.
Yeah.
She's like, I always see her turning up on like History of Black Comedy on my TV. And she's like, see, that's what happens when segregation reaches the, Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. She's always completely on point.
Yeah.
But doesn't look like a comedy person now. She's a brilliant comedy person.
Yes. In my opinion, Debra, in my opinion, is MADtv. She was also their first hire in 95 when the show started. And excuse me. Thought I was going to cough.
Will just shit his pants.
Excuse me. Foot.
You're going to blame everything on your foot now?
My foot. But she was their first hire. And, but she's like this method sketch comedian. No, truly. No, not on purpose. Not on purpose. Oh. Not like, I have a process. There's no process. She's not in control of that. But when she was doing Whitney Houston, which is like the funniest impression.
She smoked a lot of crack.
She would have to smoke a lot of crack. No, she just like became Whitney Houston. Like she was like so all in, and that was her. She had to do it that way, or else she couldn't get into it. But she if you run into her, she'd be like, I am blessed. I am abundant. The universe is beautiful. You are this. Yeah. Like, and you start to go like, all right, calm down, you know. But that's truly her. The second week I was there, she tried to breastfeed me. I remember she like pinned me. I used to always sit on this fucking couch and just watch TV until I had ideas to talk to the writers about. And I didn't know I had no friends, and so I was just sit there. And no, just like my foot. But I look at
that's how you get hammer toes.
Yeah. I was my big feet constantly hitting this. Yeah, that's not real glass. You're fine. But she comes up and like takes her whole tit out of her mouth unannounced.
Takes her tit out of her mouth.
Yeah, it was in her mouth. And she takes her tit out of her shirt and puts it in my mouth. And she's like, "You need mama's milk, baby. You need some of mama's milk." And I was like,
You were new.
yeah. I was like, and finally, and you get.
She put her nip in your mouth.
She had her fucking big tits in my.
Thank you, breast milk lady.
Thank you, breast milk, Debra Wilson.
Well, thank you, chocolate drop.
Yeah, she scares the shit out of everybody. But then once you have been there, you love watching everyone else get uncomfortable. We had horrible bits, like the things that I can't even imagine, like shit mummy, things that we would do. We did this horrible bit for years, just behind the scenes, of I'm in the KKK and she's my girlfriend, and she's like trying to have sex with, trying to seduce me, and she'd be like, "Daddy, I love you. I love you." Get the fuck away from me, you fuck.
Don't say it.
Yeah. and we would go, and then
You think she was into race play in real life?
It all makes sense. And then she would get up on me and stuff, and the whole thing was like, "I hate you, I hate you," but he's having a good,
You're really explaining a sexual tension.
Yeah, she had it with everybody, I think. Well, when you walk into the wardrobe room and she's just completely naked, standing there, she's put a CD on and she's just reading the back, and out you walk in and you
walk in and go, "When's it gonna heal?"
Looks like a black cat with its throat slit.
Let's get Debra Wilson in here, Kyle.
"Oh, please.
Oh, I think we're running out of time.
Don't tell her anything.
Fucking late. Pam
sorry.
Anderson sent you flowers?
Oh, she gave everybody flowers on the sitcom she was working on when she was on.
I'm so happy for her and Liam Neeson.
Oh my God, that's
Did
so
you see
cool.
Naked Gun?
No, I want to see it. Have you seen it?
I laughed. Part of me broke. Like I laughed so hard, I came a little undone.
I gotta go
Did you
see
see it
it.
yet?
Wow, no.
There was parts where you'll know exactly the part when it gets there, Joe. Did you see it, Kyle? Yeah. Did you love it?
Yeah, I liked a lot of it.
When the guys get the binoculars, I broke. I was
gotta see it.
screaming laughing.
Hey, can I ask you about a thing that I remember you did on a podcast? I can't remember who you were talking to, but I have told like the thing I'd say, Jay Mohr told this hilarious fucking story. Do you remember the story you told? It might have been off the cuff. It might be something you talk about all the time. When you were at a comedy club when Andrew Dice Clay decided to do clean material.
It was at the Laugh Factory, and Dice was going to work clean. You never heard this?
No.
This is so fucking...
So he's on stage, he's doing bits, and he's bombing, but it's Dice. So I'm completely invested. Dane, I think Dane was with me, and Eric Dane. And he's like, "So my kids want to go to the park," and they're like, "Let's bring the bikes." I'm like, I go, "You don't bring bikes to the park. They got slides and swings. You go out, you run around." They're like, "But we want to bring the bikes." So I'm putting bikes in the car. I got grease. I'm the Dice Man covered in grease. We get to the park, and what happens? They run out of the car. They're on the swings. They're on the slides, and I'm standing there like a jerk going, "Oh, what about the bike?" And there is, when I tell you silence, it is silence. He goes, "What about the bikes?" Nothing. He looks down in the front row. He goes, "You big-titted animal." And everybody laughs. I look at Dane. I'm pretty sure. I look at Dane. I go, "We just watched a man die. Like a part of him must have died."
That is so
Like,
fucking...
I'm not, what about the bikes? So just make sure, if you reach out to me or Will Sasso or Joe, just make sure you write, what about the bikes? You big-titted animal.
Thank you for that. Oh, my
Somewhere in the
God.
crowd, a young Sebastian Maniscalco was like, "I got an idea."
Have you guys noticed that traffic is bad? I went to Disneyland, and there's so many lines. Wow.
What about the bikes?
What about the bikes?
Here's my other dice one. Daryl Hammond told me this. He closes the Comedy Store, and there's a mother and a daughter. And we'll get out of it. Anything you want to promote?
Huh?
Anything you want to promote?
No, yeah.
Clown in a cornfield. Cornfield back inside the clown.
Cornfield and the clowns.
Clown in a cornfield 2 electric boogaloo.
Back in the cornfield.
Cornfield.
Clown in a cornfield. That's the
Clown in
that's
a
the
cornfield.
third one.
2 TOO.
Yeah. Back
the
in
move.
the habit. On the move.
So there's a mom and a daughter in the front row at the Comedy Store, and the daughter is smoking hot. And every comedian, one after the other, is like, that's your daughter? Because everybody's doing fucking crowd work. It's the genesis of that. Like, that's your daughter? No way. Whoa. Oh, my God. How old were you when you had her? Blah, blah, blah. 12. You know, Comedy Store gets like 15 guys in a row. And then dice goes up at the very end. And just, you know, half full. It's late. He goes, that's your daughter? Yeah. Every comic comes up here, they want to fuck her. Not me. I like mommy.
Jeez. This poor family.
I like mommy.
I like mommy.
I like mommy.
Jeez.
What about
the bikes?
I don't think I never would have remembered that story had you not brought it up. He tried to work clean and he got straight faced by 300 people, and then he just snapped and they applauded, and you watched a piece of his soul just go out through the emergency exits.
I love that, and that there happens to be, you know, a woman sitting in the front row that he could.
You big titted animal.
You big titted animal. Man, oh man.
I love you, Will.
I love you. Sorry, I was so fucking late.
It's all right. We'll come to you next time. You got a studio in your house?
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
What
We
the
used to
fuck
do
we
a
do
podcast.
there?
We used to do the 10-minute podcast in there.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay. Let's do.
If you were a fighter, what would your walk-up music be?
Ooh, probably
Rush.
What's that song? Popcorn? I don't know who does it.
My wife and I always joke about that song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like popcorn.
That'd be a good one to get. Yeah, you get someone giggling, and then you can maybe take advantage of things from there because they're not in a fighting mood. It only works if you come out second. What about
You're
you?
right. You can't.
What about
I'll probably just do Dirty Deeds.
That's a good one.
You got to get the crowd hyped up.
Dirty Deeds is good.
Having trouble when your high school hand is giving you the blues. Are you Jimmy?
You, Jimmy.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
Jay Mohr's my uncle.